Hello, today I'm going to show you our Solid-CIM software and Router-CIM to cut and nest these parts. Some of the parts don't have any material specified, so we'll group those together by thickness. Other parts using like plain carbon steel, so there's an example. You could suppress the parts you don't want to cut, just right click and there's a suppress on those, but there's other places we can get rid of parts as well. It's just a one button click here, or we can look at the settings. I'm going to export my files as DXFs or drawings or both. You can ignore things of a certain thickness or thinness or cube size. We're going to go ahead and pick the Solid-CIM button and do the feature recognition on these parts. So this button click, it will turn each one of these parts into an individual drawing or DXF file with geometry on different layers. And this whole step is automatic. These pieces will turn green as they do feature recognition, and then it'll create a individual DXF files for us. Here's a CSV file. That's the cut list that we can send right into CutWrite, and CutWrite can process those parts. There's all the DXFs. And back here, we can do a couple things. We can do an exploded view or expand view. Hold the mouse down and explode the parts out. You can see some red pieces. Those are the things that were ignored. You could also lay the parts flat in one click. And here are some things. If we want to get rid of these pieces and not cut these, they look like the metal pieces up here, right? We can go back into Solid-CIM, pick remove parts, and just get rid of these parts here, put a crossing window through them. Get rid of these pieces you don't want to cut. And then re-export them. Here's the export button right here, export assembly. That'll make our cut list a little smaller. And at that point, we can exit out of this. And we can right-click on the CSV file. This, like I said, is like an Excel spreadsheet. It's got the name, the material, and the quantity. And there's the panel dimensions. So this can go right into CutWrite at this point. Or if we want to make the tool paths, we can right-click on it and pick Cut with Router-CIM. And Router-CIM will go and open those pieces up and make tool paths for us. So that's going to process now. It's telling us that we're going to take the spaces and change them to underscores. Your machine will like the underscores better than the spaces. So those layers are on, there's drills on, there's circles on layer drill, there's outside polylines on layer outside, there's pockets on layer pocket, and we look at each layer, make a toolpath, and then make the program for it. And I have a wiki home ag post, so I'm going to get MPR files. for each one of the individual pieces, and then for the nested sheets. I don't know if my tool selected was small enough to go in between all those letters, but what it could do, it did. If not, we're going to need a smaller tool to get in there. We do full 6-sided feature recognition, so we actually recognize the cam lock holes. So if we want to do horizontal operations on those, we can do that on the machine as well. But if I'm nesting, I'm going to skip the horizontal operations for now. So you see a white line that's a connecting basically from one toolpath to the next. We're going to do the drilling first, then the inside cutouts and the outside cutouts. And this is all automated. The Solid-CIM put the things on the different layers for us, and now Router-CIM making the toolpaths automatically. And now the nesting process begins. And there's the sheets. Cut these off and save these pieces as scraps, so it makes nice scrap management for you, depending on the sheet size you use. You can put in multiple stock sizes as well. All right, the whole process is finished, and we've got our MPR files for each sheet. We got the individual MPR files for each individual part, and it saves the nest drawing, so you can go back in AutoCAD and make changes to those. It makes labels for all the parts, so you get your barcode labels for each part in there. Process of those, and that's the complete process from Solidworks all the way through MPR files in just a few clicks. Our website, sim-tech.com. Feel free to contact us. Let me know if you want to see another demo. Thanks so much for looking.